feels real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare, and I wanna take you there. I would give it all away to do it all again. Make our love a story that would never end. Never thought I'd feel so alive, looking in your eyes. I just wanna love you till the day I die. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare, and I wanna take you there. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this.
No. Cherry, I am drinking wine. You spotted it. Cheers. I love it. Anna Louise, you started your master's program. That's awesome. I'm glad this can be like a little break for you. Yeah, that's definitely applause worthy. That's amazing. And Cherry, you said you had a bad day at work. So I'm drinking wine, I guess, on your behalf for that. No, the tech guy and I just finished a huge project this afternoon, which I'm going to share out soon. It's not a new project in terms of what we're working on, but it was like a physical bookish project. So he suggested that we bring wine down to the office tonight. So why not? It's Tuesday. We're going to talk about food and baking and all the good stuff.
Wine not.
Wine not. Oh, well done. Well done. The puns are pervasive in our house, as you can see. Jessica, you're starting your third year of college today. Congrats. What does this is like summer semester starting? Is that what that is? Tell me more about that. And Cherry, tell me more about your bad day so that we can all just flip that sucker around. Let's go. We are gonna talk about baking tonight, so I'm excited about that. Jamie, don't say that. It'll just go to his head. His head right now is just like, that's right. You want to know it. Wine not. Come on. Cheers to you, Julie. I'm so glad you could be here. You go year round online. Okay, Jessica, that makes sense. Yeah. A new term. So you're gearing up. How exciting. I am going to be impressed if you all are reading while you're also going to school, because that's hard because you're reading so much for your coursework. I know when I was in college, it was always hard to read for fun. I'd have to like carve out time for that. So too late. The wine is already gone there. I know. Darn it. Oh, it's no good. Okay, so tonight what I thought I would bring to you is the baking of the Bakeshop Mysteries, because I write a series that involves a lot of food and a lot of recipes. Over the years, I have learned enough to make myself quite dangerous in the kitchen. I can sound on the page like I know what I'm doing, when in reality, I usually don't, and I'm going to prove that tonight. And I also, just because MOCHA She Wrote is coming up, the 12th book, no, the 13th book, I got to move on, A Baker's Dozen. Because the 13th book is coming out, we're going to share a recipe with you tonight that I made from the cover. Is that the first slide? I have my own button tonight too, everybody. This is very exciting. Do I hit the slide yet or no? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I made the caramel sticky rolls that are on the cover of MOCHA She Wrote. I didn't add the glazed frosting on top of it, but you could certainly do that. It just seemed like sugar overload to me. But, you know, if you're feeling sugar overloady, or if you had a bad day with customers, or yeah, there you go. Or if, you know, you're in the middle of schoolwork and you need a little sugary pick-me-up, this is the recipe for you. So usually what happens is, while I'm working on a book, it's whatever's top of mind. I think I've talked about this before, and then I will go back through and practice recipes in my home kitchen. So this particular roll is not in the book because the cover artist just designed that. Miranda, you're making food. You're making dinner while you're listening. That's awesome. What's for dinner? Tell me what's for dinner tonight. We're gonna make spicy quesadillas after this is over. I'm excited. Oh, Becky, you feel like it looks good? I hope so. They're kind of gooey. I feel like a sticky bun needs gooiness. Now, I also, for this one, I did a butter layer first, and then I put the nuts and the cinnamon on top of that, because I wanted it to be like a combo of like a stickiness meets almost like a crunchiness. So if you want to go all in for stickiness, do the butter last. I should put that in a note for my recipe. Chicken tiki masala, Andrea, I hope I'm saying that right. Tell me if I'm not, so I can say it right. I love anything that involves a curry. That is my go-to favorite. Anyway, so for this is just a bonus because the cover artist decided to put a sticky bun on the cover. So I thought, why not try to make them? So there you go. Ooh, sesame turkey salad, Miranda. You're bringing your A game tonight. I love it. Yeah, I'm going to share this recipe after the live. I will share it in the tech. I always post the live, so you'll just post it with the recipe, right? Yeah, exactly. Amy, please come be my taste tester. I would absolutely love that. In my mind, I would love to open Torte here in Ashland, but I just need a professional chef, one of the many bakers I have met over the years. I need to recruit them to come do the baking with me. All right, so without further ado, yeah, I can just go right into these. I wanted to show you some of the bakes that I've done over the years because 13 books in, it's been a lot of recipes. Each book in the series has about 6 recipes, and then I often make a number of recipes on top of that. So what I want to show you about this particular bunt recipe, this was from Nothing Bunt Trouble. I made a bunt board. You know, so it's kind of like a modern take on some sort of cheese and meat board. It's a bunt, and then we had a chocolate dipping sauce and delicious fruits and berries and marshmallows and everything. And that bunt turned out perfectly, but I have had many bunt fails over the years. And one tip that I have learned from the real pastry chefs is you have to spray that bunt pan like there is no tomorrow. For anyone who is a product of the 80s, if you remember Aquanet hairspray, yeah, you spray it like that. Jessica's having deconstructed stuffed pepper casserole tomorrow. Oh my. So I have horrific memories about stuffed green peppers as a child because my mom was like your traditional Betty Crocker baker, and they were not. It was like hard rice that kind of tasted like weak ground beef and peppers. So I want your recipe to know how to elevate that and make it Torte level. Becky, am I ever going to create a Torte cookbook? I would totally love to. Yes, but as you'll see from what I'm showing tonight, I need to find a professional pastry chef to make everything that I create look the way I imagine it to look in Torte's pastry case. I can make a mean chocolate chip cookie. I have actually over the years perfected this chocolate chip cookie recipe And
It's the best.
the tech guy is saying it's the best. The funny thing is I'll spend hours and hours working on these bakes for a recipe that's much more involved. And then the tech guy and our kiddo are always like, can we just have your chocolate chip cookies? Yeah, their deliciousness. I think the secret to a great chocolate chip cookie is you need more flour to butter ratio if you want like a nice puff on it. And I also think you should always use dark chocolate chips and the whole bag of chips. I do need binions. Lenny, bring it on. Rihanna says, or a good greasing followed by flour or cocoa powder for a bundt. Yes, I have. Yes, that is another great tip. You could layer up how you're doing it for sure. Baker's Joy, Karen, totally. You spray the bun and then you use a pastry brush to get in the nooks and crannies. Oh, I haven't tried that with a pastry brush. I'm gonna add that. See, that's something Jules is gonna put in a book. So thank you, Karen, for that. You'll see that in a future book, I'm sure. Annette is doing banana chocolate chip cookies. Ooh, with a little peanut butter chip. I'm gonna have to try those next too. Come on, you all. This was a Halloween bake. So because I am not artistic, and I've talked about this a zillion times, I'm sure you're tired of hearing it, but words are my medium. And so this whole aesthetic thing is definitely the tech guy, but not so much me. But I actually piped these little Halloween beauties because, again, with practice and being in so many professional kitchens for doing research for the bake shop over the years, I have learned some tips. So is it professional piping? No, but at least I can kind of like fake my way through how you do it now. And it's always great to add just little embellishments like cute little bone candies make all the difference. Oh, this was a rainbow bundt that I baked for the release of Nothing But Trouble because it had to match the rainbow colors of the books. That's kind of my baking style too. Helen, you did your first bundt. You were so scared, right? I know. Oh, here's another tip that I've learned, just FYI for anyone who wants to bake a bundt. You should let it sit for like 5 to 10 minutes when you take it out of the oven. This is according to pastry chefs. This is not me making this up. You should let it set for like 5 to 10 minutes before you invert it, but don't let it set too long. You don't want to do it right away because it's too hot when you immediately take it out of the oven, but you don't want to let it sit in the bundt pan for like 30 minutes either. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, that's the inside of that beauty. We had some fun with food coloring and it kind of turned out tie-dye. I was initially going for like a layered look. Jules, of course, in the bake shop would surely have like perfect layers, but I liked the tie-dye thing. Annette, you'll buy a Torte cookbook for sure. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, you have a cookbook from the late 1800s? Oh, that's amazing. I love that. I have all of my grandmother's old Betty Crocker original cookbooks and some Hershey's cookbooks from like the 1920s, which I love. And it's interesting how those recipes haven't changed that dramatically, with the exception of things like lard. There is a lot of like lard in some of those recipes. Marty, your Carmelita has caramel, chocolate, oatmeal, and pecans. Ooh, low cal. I know, right? That's the problem with all this baking. This is kind of my style of how this is like high level for me in terms of decorating a cake. But again, over the years, I have learned tips about things like chocolate buttercream. You don't just beat it for a couple minutes. You let that sucker whip and whip and whip and whip it good. And you keep going. And then you get this light, airy, delicious frosting. What's that? Oh yes, a Torte cookbook. You have a 1,500? The tech guy was just, he said something that I can't repeat on. They probably did hear you. Sharon has the original Boston Cooking School cookbook. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, we got a 1,500, Julia. Yeah, where do you keep them? Do you have a library just for your cookbooks?
We need the receipts. We need pictures.
Okay, Katie, I'm glad that you're up for a Torte cookbook too. Yeah, so I mean, I feel proud of myself for this. This was a birthday cake for our son. I think this was this year's, maybe last year's. Actually, he always requests this recipe. It's like my signature chocolate cake with raspberry jam, fresh raspberries, and chocolate buttercream. It's delicious. But I feel proud of that as a home baker. But if you were to walk into Torte, for those of you who have read the books, you know that it's like next level. Not only Jules and Helen, but Stephanie and Bethany are these amazing artists on top of that. And I spend a lot of time with true pastry artists. So I have envy for that. But it could happen. It's so fancy. Hi, Lillian. Townsend's is a really good YouTube channel that does old-timey cooking. Oh, very good to know, Jamie. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm always on the hunt for interesting YouTube shows. Okay, and then this is like where the baking kind of took itself to its next level. A couple years ago when Live and Let Pie, I always have a Bakeshop Mystery that comes out at the end of December. And I have to say, I'm just telling you, my little crew, my friends, our bake shoppers, as Chad, I don't know if Chad is on, but yeah, we got to start calling ourselves the bake shoppers. It's not a great time to have a book come out. It's always the week after Christmas. So I don't know about you, but by the end of December, I'm sort of holidayed out. We have a lot of holidays. It's the tech guy's birthday. It's our anniversary. Like, we have lots of December events. I love the holiday season, don't get me wrong, but it's a little hard to get super motivated to have a book come out like December 30th, but it always comes out that way. So I have just learned to embrace it. But a couple of years ago, I thought, okay, well, one fun thing that I could do for the whole month of December is do a share where I bake a pie, because Live and Let Pie was coming out at the end of December. I bake a pie every day for 31 days. Okay, so that seemed like a great idea. It's a lot of pie. And when I had scripted out what I was gonna bake initially, and I was looking through recipes, what? Why are you like, he's freaking out? Oh, I thought you were freaking out at a comment. Yeah, the tech guy's like, oh, it was a lot of work because I baked them, but he films them all and edits them, which is also a lot of work. Like, it's an equal amount of work to the baking. But when I had started, I only had sweet pies. And I quickly realized, like, oh no, this is not gonna work. So we had a lot of like shepherd's pie or like Taco Tuesday pie that were our dinner that month, or like a quiche. Because pies are a bit harder to share to people. I did call friends in Ashland and I would be like, do you want a pie? My friend Wendy got the gingerbread pie, which is up there. Like, if you know me, you know that I was bringing you a pie. I did seriously bake a pie every day for the month of December. And what's,
like, no.
I know, the neighbors are like, what are you doing? Don't bring us any more pie. I don't even want a slice. That's not even true. It was fun. It was a great project. And it did, doing things like this really puts me in the spirit of what I feel like it must be like to really work in a pastry kitchen. And I truly do believe that food is such a love language. It is for me. So I love that process. I love the sensory process of baking. I love getting to share. I super love getting to experiment in the kitchen. I'm terrible in terms of writing down recipes initially, so that's why I have to bake things a few times. But the best part is, as I've been thinking about recipes and MOCHA, She Wrote, coming out in June, all of these recipes are on my YouTube channel. So like, next time you need a pie, go check out my YouTube, because they're all there and they all live there. So I have shared over the years a lot of recipes, which brings me to the next share, which is when I decided I would do 31 days of cookies. So yes, indeed, I'm a glutton for punishment. I said, let's do it again. And so 2 Decembers ago, I baked 31 cookie recipes. Now, the good thing that I learned about cookies is they are much more shareable. So I took them to my son's cross-country practices, and you know, the teenagers are around our house a lot, so a lot of cookies got consumed. When it's not COVID, oh, do you have one for me?
You said teenagers, I just remember.
You have a pie a week for Father's Day, a pie a day, which is okay. You had 3 teens, right? That helps. When you have the kids around, it's a good thing. Stephanie has, wait, sorry, what did Stephanie say? I've been baking chocolate chip cookies from scratch since you were 12. Wow. I found that margarine or butter will make it flat. Yes, Crisco, I do that too. I do like half a stick of a butter flavored Crisco and half of butter as a balance. George, of course, you have to make a pie on Pie Day. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, so I shared these cookies out. Oh, I know what I was going to say. When it wasn't COVID, a couple days a week, I will teach swimming lessons to the little guys, to the babies and the 3 and 5-year-olds. It's my little brain break. Although I haven't done it for a while, and I don't know when the pool's going to open again. But I would share them with all the young lifeguards because all the lifeguards are like college students, so they were very happy to see me. That was much more manageable, I would say, in terms of sharing. And all of these cookie recipes live on YouTube as well. Oh, go back. Sorry. What? Oh, Joseph, they do freeze well. That's true. The joke in our house is my mom was such a prolific baker. And so she and my dad were both teachers. She was an elementary school counselor and my dad taught English. And so they would have, a few weeks off at the holiday time, but she would start baking like right after Thanksgiving, but she would freeze all the cookies and no one could touch them. And so the joke would always be like, oh, I got to steal a cookie from the freezer. The Sky Guy has my address. Okay, George, done. George got a custom Batman helmet from a Sky Guy from our kiddo, and it turned out so well, which is so cool, George. I love it. Oh, do you have a photo of that? Okay, well, you look for that. I'm going to move on. Okay, so this year I wised up a little bit, and I decided, well, there's the theme of 12 days of Christmas. So I did 12 days. I scaled it back a little bit instead of 31 bakes because it was COVID. So sharing food wasn't really on my mind at that point in time. I thought people might be a little more standoffish about that. So I did 12 days of cozy bakes, and these were all recipes from the series that at some point in time, Jules references or someone in the cast makes, but they never made the final cut of the book. And I would say to date, the lime mint cupcakes, which you see at the top, are the most requested recipe I have ever received. So if you were one of those people at home who read Meet Your Baker and said, why didn't it have lime mint cupcakes? They are on YouTube, okay? Oh, yeah. Okay, so then that brings me to the idea of starting a video series that was called the Tort Test Kitchen. I started this a few years ago, and it was just a way, again, for me to bake, to share recipes, to practice my skills, and it's been quite a labor of love. Oh, wait, I gotta go back. Okay, yeah, so this was the little intro we initially shot. Okay. And see, I feel like with that looks more like what Jules would have done, for sure. This was the very first episode that we shot. I had no idea what I was doing. And we shot it facing the other side of our kitchen, which then moving forward, we shot the other way because it was too hard with the light, if you can believe it. There's a lot that the tech guy knows about lighting, and it's too hard with getting outside light in. So I can't even remember what I baked. Was that like a recipe for me? Oh, raspberry Danish from Meet Your Baker. Okay, good. I got to say hi to all the YouTube people. We're live on YouTube now, so thanks for joining us from YouTube too. It's so exciting. And if you're already on YouTube and after this you're hungry, you can just go binge any of these recipes because they're all up there. And Tort Test Kitchen has its own playlist, so you can search that. Are there 50 recipes? The tech guy says there are at least 50 recipes in that playlist. So anyone who wants them, go find them. Rihanna, I love the cookie book too. Oh, was that in the background the other way? That's one of my grandmother's. Where is it? Oh, yeah, that's one of my grandmother's originals. Isn't that great? Okay. One of the fun things about the Tort Test Kitchen is it took me out of my own kitchen too. So I've gotten to go bake other places. So we did a Christmas bake at Paddington Station, which is a great store here in Ashland. It's my all-time favorite store. And they have a demo kitchen upstairs, which is awesome. I'm going to send Jules there for a murder at some point in time. Don't you worry. Jules has gone in, but Paddington has this massive Christmas production every year. And oh, the red mixer. You have that one too, Anna? I know. I do feel like I had to level up with a mixer, and it has changed my life. I've had a mixer for like, gosh, actually the tech guy's mom got us our very first KitchenAid mixer. I don't know, maybe like 20 years ago. And it was a game changer. I had no idea like what it did. Anyway, so we did a whole holiday Christmas bake. These are chocolate Antoinettes. This recipe is in A Cup of Holiday Fear, and these were my mom's signature Christmas cookies that she would bake and freeze, Joseph, and freeze. That's another bake that we did on site. We did cherry almond hand pies for Live and Let Pie, probably. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, and this is amazing. So in the process of doing Tort Test Kitchens on the road, I've also taken classes from people like Mrs. Card's Cake, who is truly an artist in every way, shape, and form. And so I took a class from her. Well, she made the most adorable Cup of Holiday Fear cup mug skulls. In fact, we have them. Okay, well, we're going to do Christmas in July. And I have pictures of mine versus hers. You won't be surprised to learn that mine don't look anything like hers. But I have since taken, the tech guy and I took a cookie decorating class from her, and I can't believe how much I learned and how much you can actually make your cookies seem pretty professional. And it was... Oh, Karen, thank you so much. Yeah, I can't take myself too seriously because honestly, you can see that I have no skill in the kitchen, but I do love getting to share about real people who do have that skill because I'm so impressed. Anyway, she has the most amazing studio too. So she does custom cakes and these gorgeous cookies and everything. Just being in there made me think of Jules. And her daughter is also a chef and a foodie and has this food truck. So I can imagine that they should actually, they're in Jacksonville, which is not far from us here in Ashland. They should open Torte in real life. Yeah, it's her basement. Okay. Jackie, a class would be so fun. It's so fun. I can't believe. And I honestly, I cannot draw a stick figure to save my life. I am not exaggerating about that. My kindergarten teacher came to my very first book signing and I signed her book and she was like, who taught you penmanship? It's just not my skill set. But it is amazing when you break it down and you learn from a true professional. Like our holiday cookies looked, yeah, they could have appeared in Torte. I couldn't do that on my own, but step by step, absolutely. It's kind of like Bob Ross for cookies, right? I've also had guests in our home kitchen over the years. So this is my good friend Rosanna, who owns Mama Bella Biscotti. So she came and taught me how to make true Italian espresso, and she brought her delicious biscotti. And, you know, one of the things that I love about food is the idea of culture. So talking through her Italian heritage and how her grandmother doesn't dunk her biscotti. I can't even say it. It's biscotti is how Rosanna would say it, but I sound silly saying it that way. She doesn't dunk it in her coffee. She dunks it in her wine. True story. Sharon, your KitchenAid is 40 years old and it's still kicking. See, there you go. We should all be getting kickbacks from KitchenAid. They should just send us all mixers, right? What do you have, Lynn? You have your mom's Braun mixer from like 1980. It's not the attachments you move, the bowl moves. Oh, you know, I feel like my mom had that. I have a vision of it. I'm going to have to Google it after this, but I'm pretty sure that that's what she had too. Like it kind of pulls out. I have a vision of that. Yeah.
George says, remember the 3 P's of cooking.
Practice, practice, practice. Yeah, George. I'm with you. This is my dad. Every time he comes down for a visit, we cook. He has jam camp with my kiddo and all the cousins every summer. So anytime we are together, we're definitely in the kitchen. And he's always a good sport for getting on camera with me. He can ham it up. And of course, if you've seen him in any of my Tort Test Kitchens, you know that then I force him, it's not even force, I just say, hey, Dad, do you want to quote some Shakespeare? What's a good Shakespeare passage for this? And like the professor, he just rattles something wonderful off. Oh no, we're doing the fails now? Okay, all right. This is where the tech guy likes to have lots of fun. And this is where we prove that I am most definitely not a professional pastry chef. Okay, here we go. Happy Friday. Oh, okay, wait, should I say that? This is gonna be a video. You can see my reaction, but we'll just play. This is an old Tort Test Kitchen flubs that we did. Happy Friday. I am so excited to have you with me for a special episode of 5 Things Friday. This week, I am tackling kitchen bloopers, so stay tuned and we'll get to it. Oh, kitchen bloopers. Kitchen bloopers. I forgot about this. The funny thing is we haven't done a lot in the kitchen because I've mentioned that our kid has been in school up there. So that's one of the reasons that I can't believe it's
Kitchen.
another Friday. And because I have filmed so many Tort Test Kitchens over the last months and months, yeah.
Oh, great. Thanks. I have not seen this
Welcome
one.
back for another Friday. I can't believe it's another Friday, first of all. I thought this week it would be fun to share some kitchen bloopers. Not just some kitchen bloopers, the many, many, many kitchen bloopers that occur when I film Tort Test Kitchens. I've been sharing Tort Test Kitchens for many months now, and the reason this is top of mind is because I've been doing a lot of press for the new books that are out, for A Cup of Holiday Fear and Beyond a Reasonable Stout. And just yesterday, I did a live baking demo on the local ABC affiliate, which I will share soon.
That. Yeah.
But it's live, and so there's no opportunity to be like, cut, go back, restart. So I thought you might appreciate.
That's what the tech guy does for all of these. You'll see,
Despite
like,
the
it's
fact
a lot of
that
cut,
Jules
go back,
works
restart,
magic
let's do it
in Tort's
again.
kitchen, my kitchen plan doesn't always
Paula,
come
I'm glad
out
you're here.
perfect. So in lieu of going 1 through 5 this week, let's get to all of the gory kitchen blooper action. Thanks so much for joining me here in my test kitchen where I bake and make many, many mistakes as I work on recipes that make it in.
George, I can't say it 5 times fast.
I love the feel of the book. I love everything.
Was I swearing in that? Oops. I don't think I used
And
the
it
KitchenAid
smells
in that one.
so amazing in here with that. And it smells so amazing in here with that toasted coconut savory. To welcome you in to my Tort Test Kitchen. Oh shoot. What did I say wrong there though?
Oh, off-camera sprinkles disaster. I don't even remember this.
That's it. My husband and I walked down to the farmer's market and I found these gorgeous. I'm so excited. Crunch from the pecans
Fonda,
and a
I'm
nice
so glad
little
you came
crisp
from that
crust.
broadcast. I was terrified of that one.
Okay.
That was all.
That shows you all the difference. Oh
That was not the way I wanted to go. Welcome to my deadly but delicious Tort Test Kitchen, where food meets fiction. What? Oh, I thought you went like this. Like, okay, sorry.
The price tag. What was the price tag? Oh, score. $2. Hey.
I'm making my favorite spring and summer soup from none other than was truly a perfect plot for murder, which is what happens in Meet Your Baker. Damn it. For book number 11.
Oh no, I didn't. I could see myself.
Stuck.
A cold, wet winter, opening myself up to. After coming out of a cold, wet winter, the idea of spring breaking. Added an assortment of spicy pecans.
With those? Okay.
Oh, here we go. Hold on to your buns.
All
That's a
right,
fail.
so there are my kitchen bloopers and all their.
That's good stuff. Okay, so just again, proof to let you know that I am definitely not a professional pastry chef. I did. I said thanks. Thanks. That's so crazy. I think I made like a gingerbread pie on that one. The one that I ended up giving to my friend. The bloopers are so real. Paula. Oh yeah, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. All the way, HP. Oh, Lillian, thank you. Yeah, I'm clearly not destined to have a cooking show in real life, but I like my pretend cooking show. That's always fun. Oh dear. Okay. Oh wait, I was going to ask if anyone had questions or anything else you want to talk about before we move on from my runaway mixer. Yes, Jessica. I know. You know, the funny thing is I have the little like protective plastic sleeve that you can put around the mixer, but it seems like so much extra work. You have to like take that off and put it on, and
Yeah, that's no fun. Julia, oh yeah, we are humans.
Well, that's a good question. I want to know this
Colleen,
too.
how has no one invented handles for the side of a bunk
Yes,
pan? Yes,
yes.
amen. The tech guy's giving you, oh, what are you giving her for?
Applause.
Yeah, Jamie, you're re-listening to the Harry Potter on audiobook. The audiobooks are so good. I'm going to blank on the narrator's name, but oh, he's amazing. So good. Sharon, what have you always wanted to bake but never dared? Things that you bake. I've never tried my own puff pastry because, you have to do like that whole laminating process where you get the chunks of butter and then you layer and layer. I've never done my own pastry, puff pastry. I don't, yeah, like any sort of French pastry. If Jules is talking about, I've never made a homemade croissant. I've never made a homemade croissant.
Macarons.
I've never done macarons, not macaroons. There's a difference. Macaroons I learned very early on from my friend Chrissy, who owns Tier. And I've showed pictures of Tier before. She is Jules in real life. Like everything she makes is a work of art and a masterpiece. She taught me early on the difference between a macaroon and a macaron. So a macaroon is like the coconut with chocolate on the bottom, like puffy American style dessert. A macaroon, which we now know, a macaron, sorry, which we now know is very popular in the world of baking, and especially on like Instagram or YouTube, is a French pastry that is a beautiful puffy delight sandwiched with some kind of cream or jam filling. I've never made those because, again, Jules has made them many times. I've watched people make them. I've watched professional chefs make them, and I've written down all the steps, but I'm scared to do it because, you kind of have to pipe them in this perfect circle and then potentially like pound out air bubbles and let them rest, and it's a whole thing. So, Jim Dale, thank you. Oh, wow. What a gift. What a talent. I'm so impressed by him. Lillian. He's so awesome. Isn't he the most? Karen, have you done laminated dough? Okay, I'm going to have to do it. I'll do it, and then, I'll do it this summer when the dining room is free again. And you'll see me with my baking fails. How's that? Ironically, our teenager, he is quite a baker. He took culinary class, and then he and my dad all, for the whole entire COVID, they started last March, and they have been doing weekly chop challenges on Zoom. And so they've done a year and a half worth, almost now, a year and a few months of bakes together and cooking together. So he has made some laminated puff pastry that turned out really well. In fact, he just made that for Mother's Day. He made me lemon tarts, but I haven't tried it myself.
Whoa, this is my praise.
HP tattoo? Oh my gosh. I keep saying, love your books as much. Oh my gosh, Paula, what? Come on, please. That's too kind. I can't even take that. I will take it. I accept it. Thank you for that. But wow. I found it on YouTube, Anna, so thank you for that. And I'm definitely down, Jamie, for a macaron party when we can all be in person. That would be hilarious. Again, my friend Chrissy from Tier. So early on, we should do a throwback of some of the in-person parties that I used to have, launch parties, book launch parties. She would make the most incredible macarons, not only just in terms of flavor combinations, but shapes, so she'd make like the skull, and they would look perfect. But one flavor combination that she made that has stuck with me this whole time is Doritos, which sounds like it would be terrible. It was a work of genius. She did Doritos and something else. Oh, Fruity Pebbles. Those were great too. And then, of course, all the classics. But Rihanna, I don't know about the Great Australian Bake Off. I know about Zumba. Zumba's just desserts. I've seen that whole series, but I didn't know that Australia had their own version too. Oh my gosh. Okay. How exciting. Let's see. Amy, yeah, we all have fails in the kitchen. Jackie wants to know, when will you have some new bags in? Yes, that's all coming. The tech guy's working on a whole revamp of the Etsy shop. It's funny because the Etsy shop came to be initially because a bunch of people had asked for like, a Tort mug or a Tort apron. And then it's become such like a passion project, I gotta say, for you. Like the tech guy is in his creative element 100%. Which is funny because he takes all my girlish, or maybe not girlish, that's not fair, but more bookish perhaps items and then or ideas and brings them to life. So he is in the process of doing a revamp of a bunch of stuff. A Kenyan baking show too, Joseph. Oh my gosh, my mind is blown. I need that in my life, like tonight. Okay, I'm gonna find that one too. Thank you for that, Jem. Chill sweets, yes, yes. She did a cake. Yes, she did a cake for me. In fact, okay, so July, let's all plan, like, we're gonna have a Christmas in July party and I will share stuff like that. She made the most amazing cake from a cup of holiday fare, which was just a delight to see her. Oh, you need a, I'm here for the alibi mug. Okay, good. I love it. Susan, I found the Canadian baking show on YouTube. That's where I found it. We have a bunch of streaming services, but I couldn't find it anywhere on like my go-to places. It wasn't on Netflix or Hulu. I can't remember. Yeah, it is. KJ, will you have new stickers to sell? Yes, yes, he's working on new bookish stickers. Oh, hey. Yeah, and if you all have ideas of things that are bookish that you'd like to see, like certainly reach out to us because it's fun for me because I spend so much time in these creative worlds and the tech guy has always been creative. In fact, he's started a few like crafting projects always on the side, but this is the first time for him that he's like, I'm totally loving this. I'm going to do a whole revamp.
I know what she's talking about. She's talking about adding the new skulls from the books 13 and 14.
Oh, you want the new,
Yeah.
okay, you want the new skulls from the new books. Yeah, those are going to come too. Like, yes.
Those will be added to the pack.
Lynn wants Vader and Kylo mask bookends. Oh my gosh, that would be great. Yeah, he's like done. Yeah, done. That's right. You and Sky Guy can partner on that. Stephanie says your mom has a bundt pan that has 3 metal things. Oh, that are permanently attached to the pan. Wow. I got to find that. Yeah, because that's always the problem. And they're really hard to flip because you still need to flip them when they're hot, you know, so that's why it slips because I have small hands. And so trying to flip it,
Stephanie
that's very
really
cool.
Cool last name.
Yeah, Stephanie, the tech guy loves your last name. Karen, I totally want a bookish cruise and we can have a bake-off and can we find a real Carlos to be there and what else? All of the tropical drinks and coffees and yes, also yes.
Those are in the works too.
Those are in the works, Cherry, the tech guy says, so no problem. Sloan merch, I know, Jessica. It's a little harder with beer, but we've been thinking about that. Like maybe some stickers or I don't know. Yeah, if you have an idea, tell me. Jamie wants a virtual shop revamp party. Yeah, totally. Bring it on.
You'll have to model things.
No, I'm not modeling. Oh gosh, no. He says I'll have to model things. Bookends are a great idea. Okay, yeah, you guys are all good.
Well, there's the Bakeshop bookends behind you.
Oh wait, Lynn says Canadian Baking Show is on CBC Gem. You sign up for a free account and you get all 4 seasons. Okay, well there you go. Perfect. I'm on that. I don't know CBC Gem, but I also didn't know that Dan Levy was one of the initial hosts of the show, so that even brings me more joy because please tell me you all have watched Schitt's Creek. If you haven't, oh, go watch it. It's just a gem. Okay. Marcy, do not make me model anything. That's like my worst nightmare. I've talked about, in fact, I have to get new headshots. They're coming up in a couple weeks. So I'm going to show you all. We'll do another behind the scenes of me going like, you know, I pose for a photo. Yeah, anyway. Okay, well, on that note, let's talk about what's coming up next. Wait, somebody said baking classes. That would be fun. I wonder if I could get like one of my professional pastry chef friends to do it. Oh, on the ship. Oh yeah. Okay. So we gotta bring it. Okay. I'm going to start a note. We need some Latin music. Yeah. Lillian needs a tote bag. You're a bag lady. Don't tell the hubby, you know. So I've recently taken a foray into TikTok. I may have mentioned this here. I don't know if I mentioned this here or somewhere else. But Book Talk is an amazing thing. Like, I'm loving every minute of it. But what's hilarious is there's this whole like recurring theme that the book talkers do of going to their favorite bookstore and coming back home with like a massive book haul, and then trying to sneak in past their spouse or their partner or whomever to not show off how much money they have just spent on books, which I think is adorable. Paula, I do need to keep a notebook in front of me. I usually have, I have a pencil, I have my old notes, but yeah, I'll take some notes after this.
Says first wine, then model.
Right. No, I have never aspired to be a model. You guys see me with my freckles and my 40-year-old face. It's all good. Yeah, Jamie, asking for a friend, definitely you can, for sure. Jackie, aren't they hilarious? They crack me up. They're so great. If you're not on TikTok, guys, Book Talk is amazing. I highly recommend it. I don't know why I resisted, but I've gotten so many book recommendations on it. So great. Yeah, and like it's such a great platform. Karen, that's why you bought a Kindle. It's your secret. I love it. Yeah, Diana, if you're bookish at all, I'm pleasantly surprised with. TikTok sways obviously much younger. It's even younger than like millennials, but I love it because the kids, they know books and they're sharing books and they're talking books, and
of course all the Gen Zers right now are like,
I know, but it's not just for the young ones. Jamie started Books, Brews, and Boozy on TikTok. I have no bloody idea what I'm doing. Send help. I know. It helps to have a teenager in the house because I do run stuff by the kid, and he's always good at telling me what not to do. Although really now I'm not cool at all in the eyes of a teenager, so I don't even know. All right. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this Bakeish fun tonight. It's always a good time for me to show you a little bit behind the scenes of what it really looks like. Next week, I'm going to share my birthday faves because it's my birthday this weekend. So I'm going to share some of my favorite birthday stuff. I have a bookish guest coming on June 1st, intentionally bookish from Instagram. I love everything about her feed, and we're going to talk books, and I'm going to share some of her bookish photos. I have something in mind for June 8th, but I'm still working out the details for it, but it's going to be something fun, so stay tuned for that. We're going to do a one-night mystery brainstorming session on the 15th, so bring all your murder ideas. We're going to do something coffee related, and then we're going to do a one-night mystery party on June 22nd, the week before MOCHA comes out. There it is. We gotta get back to that. Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes. We're gonna do a one-night mystery, and I need all your help with that. We're gonna build it live. It's gonna be super fun. Some of you came to a library event that I did last weekend, which was great. Thank you for showing up because I needed more help. But it's so fun for me, and I hope it's fun for you too. And then on the 29th of June, we have the MOCHA She Wrote launch party right here live. And the tech guy's really got to get his A game together with all this fun Etsy stuff. Okay. That's what he's saying. So he's saying that's when he's going to unveil a lot of the new Etsy stuff as giveaways that night. So you totally want to come and bring a friend and bring your favorite coffee drink, and it will be a blast. It's the best to have a birthday on a weekend. I know. And I'm a Gemini, so, I get to have my split personality. Jamie, thank you for coming. You were awesome in the library event. Nutter Butters. Anyway, on that note, it's always a delight to see you all. I feel like, when we're all in person, we'll just have like one big group hug and it'll be awesome. Thank you, Fonda. I enjoy birthdays. I'm happy to be getting older and wiser in my years, and I'm excited for MOCHA too, Paula. I can't wait to share this one with you. We've got a lot of coffee. We've got some cutthroat competition, And of course, we have all of the bake shop usuals, so that's going to be fun. Jackie, thank you for coming. It's so great. Same for you, Marty. You know, we've been doing this for a year now, and these like just bring me such delight. So I always hope that they do for you. If you have other ideas that you want to see for our lives, please shoot me those too, because I love it. Thanks, Aurora. I know, it's weird when you're like, oh, I'm having a birthday. Probably for my birthday, we'll go for a long hike. That would be my favorite. We'll go for a hike. I'll probably read on the back deck. I need a lot of reading. Hi, Diana. Thank you. Happy birthday to you too.
If I'm not around for the live on Tuesday, the gift giving didn't go well.
Oh, stop. Never. He says if he's not around for the live on Tuesday, the gift giving didn't go well. A, I don't need gifts, and B, you are the best. So whatever. Anyway, oh, Anna, thank you so much for coming to the library event too. Thank you all. On that note, happy baking. If you need some recipes, go to YouTube because they're all there. And I will be sure to share the recipe from Mocha She Wrote with the sticky caramely gooiness later tonight. All right. See y'all soon.